Welcome back everyone. Today we're in the Giants editor. I'm Jewel. This is the 10.0.11 version. We're working on the Jules Peaceful Valley map, and this is the live stream, first live stream on the Giants editor. So I appreciate everybody. Welcome in. I'm going to get started. We're not going to be doing any kind of tutorial like where you have to do XML work or anything. I'm just putting stuff on my map, maybe molding some ground, painting a little, whatever. So we're working on this area where this road is, where these houses are. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me see. I hadn't made any full decisions on some of it. We was testing out these houses. I don't think I like this one here. So we're just going to move it out of the way. So let's put it over here. Alright. So I'm going to pick something to go over here. So hey there, Matt. Hey, Ray. How's it going? Sometimes I may miss chat. It's on my old computer. It's a little slow, but I think it's pretty good. Thanks, Ray, for leaving a like. Welcome in, everyone. Alright, so I'm thinking about like putting a house just kind of here. This is going to kind of turn. So I'm trying to see which house I want to pick. Now, this isn't how you have to do it. Yeah, I'm live. Yeah, Matt. This isn't how you have to do. You can piece them out. You don't have to put it as a whole lump sum like this. I'm only doing that on this one group. These groups that we brought over from Riverbend, and I'm doing that pretty much because I don't want to deal with all the extra stuff in this area. And we're going to be doing other houses where we put it all ourselves, like separately. But for the ones that are in these things, like if you brought it over when I did at the beginning, you would see they're all in there from Riverbend in these groups, right? So if you want to and you don't want to do it all separately for beginners, because sometimes that might be easier for them, then you can put the whole group there and mold the ground around what it is, and it'll help you get different ground shapes by doing that, okay? So if you want to do it that way, that's what I'm doing on just on these. Later, as we have such a big map, we got a lot more to do. So I'll be doing more singular things and then adding my own decorations, right? But for now, I'm doing it this way just because I don't care about some of the decorations being the same, and for the beginners, because that would help them understand they don't have to piece it all out. They could just put the whole thing in there if they want to. I've been trying to find a good spot for some of these. It's kind of difficult. Some of it's going to have to be moved all weird, like on some of them you have to mold the ground a lot. Hey, that's good, Ray. It's going, just waiting on groceries to get here. Yep. Yep, it is nice, Matt. Hopefully, y'all enjoy. We gotta pick out a house for that corner now. Let me see what we got here. Oh, see, some of them have fence, and I don't mind some of the fences. We'll have to see if we keep every single one as a group or not. But there's a house there. Let's see what it looks like. That's a pretty good little house. Let's see what it looks like over here. Where are we at? Over here. Alright. Now, we got a decent sized yard there. So let's see what we got here. That's a pretty small house for that big area. I might see if I have something bigger that can fit there. What do we have that's already on the map? These are all pretty small. Let me see. This is the football field right there. Let me see. Is that the one? That's the one I moved the last time. Alright, let me see. That's a pretty nice one. It's pretty big. Let me see how the angles are. And you need to try to follow some of the angles if you're going to do the whole thing. Sometimes they don't fit in certain spots. So you doing alright, Matt? How's your map going? Let me see. Let's go over here with this one. Hey there, Brennan. How's it going? Alright, let's move this little bitty thing out the way. Can y'all hear me okay and everything? And the video doing okay? This is my first one on a display capture for a live. Now I do it on the OBS, but we'll see if it's doing okay. I think it seems to be. Alright, so we're gonna have a turn here. Let me see how far back I want this. We're definitely gonna have a turn. It's gonna curve. So I'm probably gonna pull it. Let me come up higher so I can see. We're gonna pull this back a little. Tilt it just a little. You submitted your map the last and Vanessa's last night. Okay, last week. Alright. So that's good. Hopefully it don't take too long to find out. You're doing good, Brennan? That's good. That's good. Good deal. See, we can leave a little pathway here. We can put trees. We can have a little whatever, you know. I think I'm going to put this here. Something like so. I can lower it just a little, then we'll mold the ground on this particular one. I don't want it to be too high, to have to go too high in the back, because I like the way that this is on this side. Looking over this area, I don't want it to be way up in the air, but we can go up a little. I might actually go down a little. Alright. And then deal with the front and make the front drop a little more. Because I don't mind it coming down a hill. Get this to put Vanessa's in testing today, laugh out loud. They put it. I guess you meant they put it. So you already sent it a week ago and they put hers already in testing, but not yours? Is that what you're saying? I'm trying to grasp what you was getting at. I'm going to go a little lower here. Let me see. Let's split the difference. Something like this. That way I'll bring the rest up and then we can do that. Yeah, okay. So they like hers better. Is that what you're trying to say? I'm sure she likes that. She's like, yeah, Matt. Yeah, she knows. She knows. Alright, so let me get this going. Let's come on back down. Get this transform group under here. I gotta get under there so I can see where I want to put it. Alright, right here. A little lower. Grab that. Yeah, that's what she said too. Yeah, I know. Hey, she's right. You know, you gotta watch that, Matt. She's gonna take over. She's gonna be the map maker. Yeah. You'll never live it down. Nah, she did good too. So I mean, you know, maybe they just put you at last because you done did it before, and they want to see what she's got. All right. So I'm trying to think. What are we doing? Now this takes a second to load. So bear with me when I click on the sculpt mode because it just ain't nothing I can do. I'll jam everything up if I try to rush this. So we're just chilling and working. We're not worried about too much. Now sometimes I use the control R to get some of the heights, but I like to use the transform group on some of it too. Just makes it a little easier. J Meister submitted a map too. Cool. Good. I mean, I never planned to submit this one. Now I won't say I won't. I will never say never. I never planned to. It's not my purpose in doing it. But if when I finish and it's all good and they accept stuff like 4X with the way that this went, then I wouldn't be opposed to it. But I ain't gonna promise anything. You know, I never planned to do it that way per se. So, but let's get these going. Get this. We gotta drop a little lower here. Let's see what that looks like. Right there looks good. All right. Now we're gonna get up here a little further. Get that done. I like to smooth it out nicely. Hey there, Mr. T-Bone. How's it going? Now I have to double click this paint thing to turn that off. Do y'all have the same problem I have with the sculpt mode being so slow and pathetic? I mean, it's crazy how pathetic it is. Where's this other bar at? It's like it's missing something. So apparently it's missing a pole or something. We'll have to fix that. But for now, we're not going to worry with it. We got to do some other things. I'm good, Mr. T-Bone. How are you doing? Alright, so let's go on to this side and finish sculpting. Get the back part done. I'm trying to hurry up and make some of the housing done so I can plot out my roads because I want to get on to the roads. But I felt like I want to wait till I'm a little closer to doing the roads. I thought I was close enough that I wanted to do them, but I'm like, no, I really need to get some more of these neighborhood roads prepared. Excuse me. It says setting on a lawnmower. Uh-huh. Well, that sounds like fun. Alright, let's get this up. Get that done. Let's come out a little further. Give us not such a steepness. A little bit further over here. Just to touch it up to the back here. Alright, now we can slope it. This is some pretty cool scripts that Cavalry told me about. Only I see one makes a water plane and the other makes roads but without lines. Yeah, I know about it. That's what I'll probably end up using. I think I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, I know about it. Um, I definitely though I'm wanting lines, but I don't know. I make we'll see, we'll see. I'm working on it behind the scenes a little, but I don't want to. I'm not. I want to finish my area, so I don't want to work on roads, and I hadn't made all the areas with roads yet. If you get what I'm saying. So I noticed that I didn't have enough roads that I really wanted to start working on roads yet. So I was like, well, I better wait till I get some of this done, cause So you have not used it yet, but I'd like to learn. I've used a little bit of it, and I like it. I think it's great. Uh, but like I say, I wanted to have some more of my roads painted first to have the design and get the molding done and the plotting done. And I'm like, I thought I was a little further till I realized this side needed a lot more roads on the housing area. So I was like, that's like I better wait. So we're gonna get this smoothed out nice here. Now it looks like it's a good little hill. Alright, so let's move around to the front. So we're gonna make a road come this way. Let's try to paint it and see so we can make sure we do this accurately. Alright, so let me grab that. Let's just turn it. We don't even have to turn it. We can get rid of some of that like so. And we can make if they want, they can have a driveway. Let me see. Let me get up close so I can see. I've not used it yet. Okay, so did I miss anybody's comment? No, I think I got them all. There we go. Alright. So it looks like there's a driveway here. So we're going to have to drop down. Let's get that taken care of. Alright, right here. Alright. Let me get this over here. There we go. Yeah, the roads are great. I saw they had a lot of, in that script it's great. If I was going to work on the line part of it where the we can do the lines, because that's going to be like really important. I mean, if I have to do it in Blender, I will, or I may do some of them that way, and then just do the ones I really, really want lines on. I don't know. I mean, I'm willing to be flexible with it if it's that much better and faster, and I don't have to deal with it. Then I might decide to, but I really want the lines, so I don't know. I'll have to make a decision on that later. But yeah, I've seen it. It's been a little bit, but good month. I think it's been about a month. I'm waiting on it to load, so bear with me. Okay, there, finally. So I'm gonna have to back out of this view soon. We're gonna have to back up a little so I can see. Alright. Can y'all still hear me and see the video? Because sometimes I don't know if something happened if I don't see anybody write something, because you never know with these things. This is my fourth live, and this is my first one on Giants Editor. So it would be good for secondary roads. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I don't mind using it. I like it. it helps the process. It's a good thing. But I was like, oh no, I want roads, and I was gonna do it in Blender, and I still might, and I'm still probably gonna show a tutorial of it, even if I don't do all of them in Blender, because I like to try to help as best I can. But I wanted to do the ones with the lines, but then again, you know, if I can get the nicest roads without it, it's fine too. You know, you can hear it. Okay, good. All right, so let's get this molded. Take care of all this business. They're down in a gully here. Let's get it away from their fence a little more before we smooth it. Don't want the neighbors getting mad at them. They already complained. Look at this. They're at the bottom of their hill. And they're going to be unhappy. So we're going to have to drop this down. I'm going to pull it out a little further here. There we go. Yeah, there's scripts. There's a lot of scripts that help really well. And then again, there's some scripts that's great, but then I'm like, I would rather do some of the work. So let's try to get this up. Oh, we went too low. Let me go up a little more. There we go. We're gonna have a hill here. That's why I'm dropping it so far. Now I gotta situate it. Now then. Everybody's panicking when I did that. I know. There we go. Well, hopefully everything goes good with the maps and it don't take long for y'all to get it situated. So here we got a hill. We may have to mold it a little more. Yeah, it's a little steep. Let's fix that first before we finish the house. There we go. So what's the name of the ones y'all put in, Matt? And Mr. T-Bone, you got one going or no? I ain't forgot about your stuff, Mr. T-Bone. I've been sick and I've been busy and it's been one thing after another. I've got it sitting there. I gotta finish looking at it. I did some on it and I was about to do what I thought was the answer on the stone thing, but I didn't get to. So I've been so sick. I don't know. It is what it is. So now that we got a nice little curve to go down, we can mold it a little more. Let's mold it down a little bit more. Appreciate everybody. Let me see. This one needs to come down just a hair. Then we'll smooth it again. There we go. Now we got to get this back down to its spot. There we go. Looks like I need to get closer. It's not letting me grab the right numbers. Alright, let's see what we got here. Well, I don't know how much we'll get done, like I say. Just molding these things. Let's back it up a little. That looks better. Get this over here. Now we got to get these guys down lower. So how's Brennan's map going? Is he done his? J Meister has Whispering Pines. I have Sprucewood Farmsteads. That's nice, Matt. Sounds like a good name. It's always hard to pick a good name. You know, you got to think about it. Well, depending on what the map's like, you know. Let's get these down. There we go. Hey there, Vanessa. How's it going? Matt told me about your map. Let's see. Hi, Jewel. Mine is a little different. I made it a family map. Kids start their own fields on their farm, and the parents play aside them on theirs. I made it a family map. It's Kindred Heart. That's nice. That's a good name. That's good. My field of my main farm has a heart field. I've had it forever. It's just a little small one. But my name for the map I had picked way back um, when I first started, so that's why I kept it that. So so if I do another map, I would probably try to pick one that would maybe match the map specifically. But since there's so many hills on this map and stuff, kind of makes sense because there's valleys and whatever the case, you know. Trying to make that look better. There we go. That one needs to be a little lower. How you doing, Vanessa? Yeah, old Matt, he's jealous now. You done got your map going, and they picked yours before his to test, and I don't know. I don't know what he's gonna do. There we go. Let's see. Then we gotta get the house. Good, just ate lunch. Yeah, he said. Yeah, yeah. I bet he was upset. I'd be like, huh? Wait, what? Yeah, boy. Well, that's good. As long as they doing it, I'm sure they won't be that long on his. All right, let's get these all up to speed. Let's get this lower because it's not low enough. This one is. All right. Shouldn't be, you hope. Yep. All right, let me back up a little. I gotta get this one a little lower. Let me come back further where I can grab it lower. There we go. All right. Yeah, I got a lot left. I still gotta do. I'm trying to finish up so I can do the roads. Cause once I can do them, it'll start coming together once the fields and the trees and stuff. You know. I mean, I've got all the XML mostly done, so that's all done. So it's really not that much more on that. And then just houses, some roads. Let's put this a little higher back here. And then we'll fix this part. But it's coming along. I'm not, like I say, I've never planned to put it out, but I will, like I say, if when I finish or whatever. This is mostly for tutorials and stuff, and for me to build my own, but not worried about any of that. But I will do it, like I say, if it works out and they accept 4X. I didn't think that they did. I think they changed that. I guess for PCs they would, you know. So, alright, this will have to be dealt with a little because it's got to be smooth some. So let's fix that. Where did I find my fence? This fence came with this building, so a handful of buildings from Riverbend I'm going to be just placing as they were and mold in the ground because I just like that and it's faster, and I'm trying to show that to the beginners. If they're panicky about what they're going to be able to do, they'll see that they can take care of it and just put what some of the other ones was. So oops, that's an undo. Let's undo that. So I'm going to try to get this back a little, then smooth it. Knock that down just a little. But there's gonna be I'm gonna be placing like my own buildings later. There's just in this specific little area, like with the ones that came from Riverbend, uh, just so they'll know they can do these without having. They can mold it. Help them get to mold the ground to and have some shapes on their map. They need to make a barbed wire fence with T-posts. That's what we have in our area. Yeah. Well, I mean, I could probably make something like that in Blender. I just don't have time to do all that. They may already have one. If I see one, I'll let y'all know. Um, but I want to get into Blender some, but I'm gonna wait till I get way further along, and then maybe add a few things later, or I may not add anything on purpose if I do decide to put it on, you know, Mod Hub or however, try to submit it, because then I don't want anything to be, an issue in case they squabble over anything. But it would be nice to. I have some things I've already made in Blender in the past that I just don't know if it would pass, whatever they do. I don't know what all their rules are. Let's get this up here. But it's good. I'm glad y'all got your maps done, and maybe they'll won't take long. There we go. I have to do slow because I can't record all the time when I'm doing that. Oh, I have a mailbox here. I should have paid attention. I can make a little side street then. We're gonna have to make a side street here because I didn't realize that I would have turned it to the front. But that's good. It gives us another road because I did want more to come around, so we need a little street here anyway. So that's good. Alright, so we gotta finish this side. Let's get this number for the pool. You already started on another map, Vanessa? I don't know if they want this thing under the ground completely. Let's see what we got here. There we go. Yeah, this is a nice little house. Got a pool and everything. I think there should be some barbed wire somewhere, but I don't know. I hadn't looked. I guess this can go all the way up. We'll just pretend it goes up to there. We'll get it on up there. I'm gonna bring it out. We'll fix this road in a minute. This can come on up too. We'll have to fix over here by that in a minute. Just get some of it up in the air there. Let's finish this real quick. There we go. Let's see. Mr. T-Bone called me today and he's figured out how to fully port over a map from 22, so he is ported over my black water bottoms map. Well, that's good, Matt. Nice. I hadn't even looked at it. Not that the 22 to the conversion on that. Now I know how to do the file, some of the files and things, but I haven't had to convert anything. So there's nothing of mine that I needed to convert. So I don't never mess with none of that. But that's good. That'll help if you didn't want to redo any of that. Alright, so now we got this part. Not yet, however, I think it was a 4-month process. Ah, that's good. Yeah, like I say, I'm making this more for tutorial sake, and I can't record. Otherwise, I'd be done finished because I'd be done worked on it off screen, and then But I don't want to work on it and then not show the tutorial. So for the people, so that's why I don't get it done as quick. That's just what it is. And I'm trying to speed up now though to get it on done. Get these up a little higher there. There we go. I think that's good enough for now. We can touch it up later. Now we got to get this side. The first time he tried it, you would just sink into the ground, but he figured out how to fix he's been watching a lot of videos. Yeah, that's good because videos, you might dig out the information in. That's good. Everyone give Joel a like. Thank you. That's right. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned. Alright, let's get this going. Oh, we just buried that thing. Look at there. That's not nice. Don't bury the propane thing or whatever it is. Alright, let's get this up here. Oh, we don't want to do that. Shame on you trying to bury the clothes. Ay, ay, ay. Joel, don't be a jet. Calm down. Don't bury it. Alright, we gotta get this side up a little. Let's get that. They got these weird shapes to these yards. We're gonna have to add a pole back here for that. For this. Apparently it was hooked to something else. Now then, look at there. We got a nice little slope there for them. Alright. Yeah, I don't know. The live streams are kind of weird the way they do. They take the hours away afterward, and it's like, I don't know if I believe that. Because, like, I know y'all are real people, and y'all here, so, like, on the first one, it said 18.9 hours when I did a live stream. Then it suddenly, a few days later, it said 0.6. But I know good and well there was, like, several people in there that are real people. I don't know about any bot stuff. I don't have anything to do with bot stuff, but if there's a thing as bots, they supposedly take those away, which they should, and I would expect that. But the people I know are real people, so on there that's watching, so they kind of weird. I don't know if I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of live streaming because of that, because what's the point if they're going to take away what you just did? Like if they were honest with it, then yeah, maybe, but it's kind of weird. But I wanted to do at least one giant editor one, test the waters, see about how the hours shake out on that. But typically I do videos, you know. But I'm not opposed to doing the live stream, like I say, if it's gonna be accurate with what the hours are. I'm not gonna just switch over and then them just cheat. Don't make any sense. That's if you go on itch and look for American Fence, it has barbed wire in the pack. Yeah, I thought I've seen something. Hey George, how's it going? Welcome in, welcome in. I thought I'd seen something before, but I was like, I don't know. So that's good. Hopefully that'll help you out there, Vanessa. We can get you some barbed wire. Alright. Now, let's see what we got. We're gonna have to add a thing here. We gotta fix this. It's too high. We gotta fix that. Too high. Alright, let's get that kind of at this level. Closer to the house a little. I don't know why they stuck it there like that. It's kind of weird. Alright, let's see if we can get the house back up to where it needs to be though. There we go. That ought to do it. Smooth out some of this. Now, it'll shape up when the grass starts getting on the map and things. It's gonna make it look a lot better. We gotta get a pole here or something. Tie something to it. Alright. Now, got that part. Let me see. Let's smooth this just a touch more. Alright. There we go. Whoop, we gotta fix this. Let's get it done. Then once we're through with this one, we'll move on to another one. You doing good? You still learning everything? Yeah, I'm still learning. Everybody, I think, is still learning. You can always learn. You know, it's always something you can do. Even if you master most of the Giants editor, there's Blender you could do things with and all that good stuff. So it's good. I've learned quite a bit since I started, and I got even better. I'm better at just figuring things out, but I gotta feel like it and have time to do it. So sometimes I don't get it done as quick as I like. But once I actually work on something, people, I figure things out pretty good. Uh, Especially when you first start, you don't know a lot of the concepts. But once you get going, if you'll just learn the first little concepts of some of the things, you'll be able to just accidentally know. You won't even know why you know. You'll just know what you're supposed to do. So on some of this stuff, it'll just it'll just be like obvious to you, even though you really didn't know a whole lot about it. Trying to get this garbage can situated here. Well, they're gonna make me move my nav speed, ain't they? Shame on them. Trying to get there. Let me see. We'll just back up a little and take some from somewhere else. There we go. Drop it down from over here a little bit. Not low enough. Let's try that. Well, that'll work. Just trying to get that. Now then. Now we got the level. Hey, get off of that concrete. Sometimes I work better from far away. It's kind of weird, but I know sometimes for a video, um, it's hard for people to see what's going on. Better get on in here and see. Alright, we cleared it. Did we get it all? Yeah. Okay. They're happy as a lark. Let's go over here. That's good, but we could go down. Let me see how far I want to go. Ooh, look how long those steps are. So we're going to make a hill over here. I'm not trying to make y'all dizzy. That's the way it is in Giant's Head. You're speeding around everywhere. So what's your next map gonna be, Matt? It's hard to say map and Matt at the same time. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, now we got this slope. Got this level marked. Get on over there. I might even do one that later after the fact when I finish everything. Try to do just do one faster and maybe just make it, I don't know, maybe a time lapse or something. I don't know. I may work on it off screen and then it'll be like I just did the whole thing or something. I don't know. It's a lot of doing, so it'd be a lot of footage too. There we go. We're gonna have a road come between here, so I'm gonna make sure I widen this up a little. We gotta smooth that just a little. There you go. Appreciate everybody. Welcome in if you're new. Subscribe if you haven't already. Appreciate everybody. Hope you are enjoying. I have a lot of tutorials on this channel. So if you're new and you don't know what's going on and you just like what you see in here, it's map making in the Giants editor with Jewel the Jet. It's for Farming Simulator 25. In this case, there are some FS19 and 22 stuff on my channel. If you need that, try to see if it helps you. But I have tutorials of all kind of stuff. I'm sure that I've done most of what you might need. There are some things that's going to be in the future that we got to do that'll probably be helpful to you. So stay tuned. But subscribe, turn that notification bell on, and we'll see what we can do to help. Alright, so we got all this. We got to fix this stairs over here. Let me see. Let me go in close where we can see. Let's get this up higher because that's a big jump. See, we got this little thing here we gotta focus on. Well, let's do this. This is the obvious thing to click on to get the number, just to save time. I like to do that. It's just faster in my opinion than trying to, move it all about. You're making one in Indiana and Missouri. Good, George. That's nice. I love to see all the people who make maps. I don't care what the map looks like. I think all maps are great because the person made it there and they're happy about it, and I think that's good. I don't I don't I like all maps. So that's good. We need more maps, and it's good to see the ideas that people have, and it's, you know, they can do their thing, and that's the whole point in me teaching this, is to help others learn. I don't care. I hope they surpass what I can do. That's the point. They need to get the bug for it watching this, and then they need to get with it and make some beautiful maps. That's the way I look at it. Alright, let me see. That's good. I think that step's decent. I don't think that's too high. They can handle it, can't they? They don't have any handicap houses much. Looks like there's nothing, no ramps much for people. Alright, so that part's decent. Let's check this one more time. That's decent. Okay, so that's good. We at least got that part. Now let's paint a road, because we got this fish mailbox. That's so cute. See, that's the kind of thing I like to do, would like to do in Blender. Just, I like to do little bits and bobs and things. Now I have a video on my channel where I did make some stuff in Blender, but I didn't show how I made it, because that was, you know, that was my first go round. But even still, um, they turned out great. I got a billiard ball, I got soccer ball, beach ball, I got all kind of stuff I've made um, in Blender. Alright, let's fix this. We're gonna make a road here. We gotta make it, not break it. Alright, we're gonna obviously the roads are gonna be potentially wider or more narrow, depending on what we actually do when we do it. So I'm gonna pull it. Let me pull this away from that fence a little. I don't want it too close. We can put some sort of stuff there when we actually paint it. Now, I'm not decorating the whole yards or anything yet. I'm not concerned with that at this point. Now, this road needs to actually be a little further over. Alright, because they got this driveway here. Well, I think we'll stick with it. Why don't we stick with it? And we gotta fix it right here. This is all the molding work. Alright, so let's get this all situated, because we're gonna have a road going that way. Smooth it out. Alright. Okay, so let's fix our road path. We'll see what we got going on here. So we're coming up, we come around, we got all these houses. It's going to be a road. We'll have to, obviously the road will be bigger and wider than that, but this is just a layout. It's not really trying to be accurate with that part yet. Then there'll be something pulling them into here. We could do concrete, we could do whatever. It really don't matter. Not too worried with that yet. We're not painting any of that particularly right yet. But just for this, we could just do whatever. We'll see what we end up with. Some of this could change, but that's just an idea to say, hey, there's that, and here's this road going in. Alright, so there's that. Now let me see what we got here. Got these houses. Got a dead end. Get out the way. What are you doing? Get out the way. Alright. So we gotta situate this a little more. Let me fix that for when we do our road. Alright. Well, don't go too far. There we go. Let me check that, make sure I didn't surpass where I needed to be. It's still okay. Good. Now let me get down. We're gonna have to fix that just a little more. Well, it's kind of a dip anyway, but we need to lift it a little. It's gonna be the dip going into here. So we're gonna try to fix that. Let's fix that. We don't want to get too far along and forget about it and then have to deal with it later. Alright, let's get this part fixed right here. Bring it up a little. Smooth it out. Get up here. Alright. Smooth it up to the road. And then come over here and get their little slope going on. Because they're going to be sloping on in their yard. Alright, that should be decent. Alright. Appreciate everybody. Welcome in if you're new. Now that looks like a decent angle where they can come down and then they'll turn. Now again, we're going to paint this later. We're not worried with all that right now. We're just placing buildings and all that. The last thing I'll probably be doing is painting and decorating yards, most likely. Appreciate that, Matt. All I'm doing now is throwing it down, getting it to placement, getting it ready for the roads. I'm going to do the roads next, not in this video. And then I'm going to probably do fields, maybe. And then we'll decorate at the end. We'll put grass and the decorations and the painting all at the end. The only other thing I have to do, I'll have to do the waterfall. And then the water. Which I might do the water. It depends. If the script is easy and good, I may do it that way. But I'm probably going to do both and show both ways. One in Blender, one with that. It just depends on how I decide to end up doing my water. Now I have a water here, but it's not the final water. It's just a temporary water, just so I can get going. Because I'm still changing things, and I don't know exactly if I'm going to have more water in certain areas, and I don't want to make the water and then redo. You know, I want it to be a nice, cohesive piece of water. So, appreciate that, Matt. Hope you're doing good. So, are you making a new map, Matt? Let's see. Let's get this down. Or we could go up with it if we want to. Why don't I smooth it and see if we don't make another hill here in a little bit. Because we may put a house here that lends itself to another hill. You know what I mean? Like we come down this hill and then we end up going up this hill. So let's pick another house. We gotta move this stuff though out the way. Let me put it over here way out of the way. It's all up in the way. Okay, what do we got? Which house do we want? Do we want a big house, a little house? Got this massive one here. Why don't I move some of these over here for a minute so we can see what in the world's going on. Alright, get out of the way. There we go. Make sure it grabs the house. Okay, so we got that. What is this? Get out that way. Alright. Now there's that one laying there. Let me see. It might be something I'll put there. Just let me look at it. No new maps planned yet. I know you gotta wait on the other one, huh? So, let me think. This one does lend itself to that curve, but I don't know, because we're gonna have to curve. I'm wondering if it's not gonna be a perfect fit. It just happened to be sitting there. Look at that. We might have one. Let's see. And it's a mailbox on that side when you turn down the street, and a mailbox on this side. That might actually work. Let me see. And we can turn this. We don't have to go that way. Let me see. Bring this up a little. And it's not too high that I could bring it up and it wouldn't be terrible. Let me look over here. Some of these things fall into place so good, and others is like, Alright, why don't I pull it up a little more? We can turn this road here, like that, and then this can come closer over here. Let me see. In fact, we can even turn the road sooner. We don't even have to go that far. Let me just look at this mailbox real quick. Get this situated. We can lower the ground if we have to. We don't have to, we can say that's on the turn right there. Like when we paint it, we don't even have to have the road go that way if we don't want to. It could be like an end of the road dead end thing and then turn, but either way I'll have to see. Let's just paint it and look at it and see. Let's see what we got here. Alright, we don't want to be too close to the fence, but there we go. Now we could do, let me peek at the other side of it. Is there something we need to do around the back? Okay, I'm turning it and it don't want to turn off. Alright, so we gotta fix this mountain here. Do I have any reason I want to do any kind of road is my thinking. Do I want to do anything here? That's the question. I'm thinking I might do a road slipping through, but I might not. I just don't know yet. But you see, you can see how all the hills are. It's even more in game. You can't really, you can see. Now, I don't know if I should do a road here and have it meet up with these or not. But it looks like a real good spot for a road. I might paint one and then decide later. Let's paint a road there and think about it. I can always go in game and check and just see if I think that looks good. We'll have to obviously mold the ground, and the rocks can be adjusted, you know. So that would have to obviously be lifted up or whatever, but we would have to make sure it's wide enough. I can't tell. We'd have to measure it. There we go. Let me see what we got here. Alright. Now this part we could bring down or up. Let's go to midway. We'll go midway. We don't want it to go all the way. And just do it like so. And then this could actually go lower, because it's not going to matter on that side. So we'll do that. We'll get it situated here in a minute. Hey, I didn't want that. Get out of there. It didn't let me. When I hit it, it said no. Go a little further here. Smooth it out here. Try not to hit the back of that fence over there. Alright, get this angled. Okay, I gotta get down where I can see the angles now. Alright. What do we got? I will talk to you later, Jewel. Nice to see you live. Great tutorial. Yep. Have a good one, Matt. Have a good day. Hey, Mama Bear. How's it going? How you doing? Alright, let's fix this. Get it a little further out here. Get this little slope going on. Right there. Alright. Appreciate everybody. Welcome in. Alright, we're gonna get this situated. We gotta build this road up a little. We gotta go further over for it to make the slope we need. There we go. All good. It's going good your way. Yep, it's all good. All good. Trying to get this road situated here. Try to make this part go down low enough to make sense. It could even just be a simple road, like a dirt road or something later. Hadn't decided yet, but we'll see. Alright, let's get this going. We gotta make all these situated on these ground levels. Alright. There we go. You've been working on that map for a while? Yep. Well, it's for tutorials. I'm not trying to I'm not really trying to finish it like in the sense of, oh, I gotta hurry and finish this map. It's for the purpose of it is to do tutorials and show people and work on it and finish it as it goes. So it will be eventually finished. I've been working a little more, trying to do a little more lately, trying to speed it up just a little bit, but not so much. There we go. Got that one. Got that one. There we go. This is just preliminary. This is not finalized. We're just getting the road shape. There we go. All the decorating's gonna come later. You're not sending it to Johnson. Well, I never planned to, but like I said, I won't protest it. I will do it if I finish the map and everything checks out the way I like, and I think they'll accept it. I will do it. Um, I'm not opposed to doing it, but it wasn't ever the plan. But like I said, I'm not opposed to it. We'll see what happens. Let's get this all situated. There we go. Alright, we're not perfect on the road yet, but I'm getting the gist of what's going to be here later. Gotta angle this down a little. It's a little too crooked there. There we go. Make it a little steeper. It's looking good. Yep, appreciate that. Appreciate you. I saw you were live a little bit. I was lurking. I hadn't rode in a bunch of streams. I lurk sometimes a little, but I just been busy. There we go. Alright. There. Get this situated. Now remember, we're going to do all this later. This isn't finalized. We're just getting a basic drawing of it. Yep. Alright, so we're going to have it come down, and it'll head off, and we'll draw it out however we decide. But like I say, it's not nothing too finalized. We'll just say it goes there for now. Alright, so that's going to be later. We got road work to do later. We're not ready for that. I just want to get these houses laid out so I can plan where the streets are going to be. And now we got this curve here that we're working on for this fence here. So let's finish this up. Let's get some of this painted back here. Alright, so we got this fence. We're going to curve. I think we can come a little closer to the fence, and we'll take some of this away, and we'll have a little bit of room for some trees over here, because we're going to do decorating later. So all that's going to come at the end. It's going to be basically like put the lipstick on at the end, like, it's all going to be done for all the other stuff's going to be done, and then we'll just do all the paint and do all the decorating at the end. That's just my way. Everybody else is different. They probably decorate as they go or beforehand even. We got to build this up now. We got to lift this road up too. So let's get that up. Alright. Get this up here. See how high we need to go. Something like that. We'll have to look at it in a second. Test it out. It's got to go a little higher, but that's good for now to get the gist. Alright. Gonna bring it on up to where we need it. Gotta be careful over here. Alright, let's smooth this out a little. Right there. We're going to smooth this down just a bit. Appreciate everybody. Welcome in. Hope you are enjoying. We're just working on Jules Peaceful Valley map. Stay tuned. There's going to be work, more tutorials on actually how to do some things on the channel, like on a separate video. It won't be a live stream where I'll be showing actually how to fix things or whatever, or how to add things or XML work and all that. But if you're new to the channel, that's what I do. I do tutorials on that and gameplay on other games. So now let's fix this slope here. There we go. I don't see any of my moderators in the chat today, so can't really tend to any of that, but there we go. Let's try to back this up a little as to not have it go off the rail here. Alright. It's going to be a nice little slope going up this hill, and then one coming down this one. There. But as you can see, I usually do a tutorial, a time lapse, and it speeds up right here when I'm working on it, and y'all see it in a faster, way. So we gotta come down a little lower. We're a little lower than the fence, or if we want, we can just lift the house up just a little. Since we're so close, it looks like it needs to. Some of this will still have to be lifted, but we can lift this up just a little. We'll get the one in the front right, and then we'll work from there. So this one we come back down just a little. I don't know if I want the fence to touch the ground or show the bars. I think we'll say touch the ground. Just touch the ground. And then we'll mold it from there like that. And then when we need to go up a little, we'll go up a little. Alright. So that'll do that, and then we can just start working on it. Feel free to if you have any questions, feel free to ask a question. If I can explain in this particular type video, I will. But we'll just have to see. I can't. It's not necessarily going to be XML work or anything like that. But I can help if if it's easy enough to me to just answer on the stream. I'm willing to do that. There you go. Alright. Doing good. Let's get closer. We gotta make sure we don't go past it. Alright, this is where we're starting to run into it going under a little bit. Let's get this down here. If you use a transform group, you can put it right where you want it, where the level to be, and then you can grab this number, hit copy, and it's the Y. Then you're going to hit height, then you go to replace and right click and paste. Then you'll get the exact level that you want. I like to do that sometimes sometimes you can do it without it with the control R, grabbing and replacing it from the ground. But sometimes it's not wanting to grab the right level. So if you'll grab it like that, you can get it like so. See? And I don't care if there's a little bit showing under the fence, because that would make sense, because then they wouldn't have it on the ground. So, but I hope you're enjoying. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned. There's a lot more to come. In fact, I should come out for the newbies and show y'all the map a little bit. Let's back out a little bit. You can see it's a really big map. It's a 4X, and it's got all kind of stuff. Got some beaches here and a little one here, one here. It's got all kind of stuff, shapes. The fields aren't final, but some of them is kind of where I'm plotting. Doesn't mean they'll be there. We'll have to see when I start laying down all the houses and all the things. We'll see, and I'll test it in game. And then we got this area over here. We got all kind of water. We got this ferry right there. We got these big areas. That's forest ground. It's gonna be like trees here. You can see the different colors. You can see the fields. Alright, and You got stuff like these we hadn't finished over here, and I don't know if I'm gonna put a tunnel there or not. And you can see I got all the different buildings. Um, a bunch of XML work's already been done, as you can see. All that has to be painted and trees put there. This is pretty steep. I may have to um, lift it a little. I'll have to check later. But some of that's floating just because we didn't put it on the ground yet. We could actually put it on the ground. We'll fix it later. It's not gonna be there. This is the train stuff where I did all this. There's tutorials on all these things. So if you're new, you can look and see how to do all these things. I still got to put a bridge underneath this. We got a waterfall coming right here later. I'll have to make the waterfall. It's kind of hard to see the way this is. There. It's gonna be a waterfall going into all this, and then it drains out into all that. And there's also waterfalls that were gonna be here. So, all right, and then you can see we got this boat, river boat. There's XML for that. There's another port. We're gonna be doing these boats on a tutorial later. Um, this is train going through. Then you got all these places here. You got the farmer's market. You got the warehouse, the carpentry. I show all those tutorials. This was going to be a trailer park, so I had to pick trailers to put here. But it'll be planned out and painted differently. This is just showing where it was. It's not finished yet. And then we got the bakery. We got the we got a workshop. This is just a random building. This is where you buy stuff. So we got a lot. This is a piano place. There's all tutorials on the map, on the playlist of all these things. We got a little football field we're going to put here. There's going to be a school here. There's going to be a hospital here, just like on my 22 map. And then my main farm is here. This is my main farm. Got a heart field, got this, got that. This is the way it's been forever. Got this little pond here. This is going to be moved. This is just sitting there. It's not really going to be there. This house, I was thinking of changing the house out. I already put a house in. This is the house. But I was thinking I might change it and I might not. I don't know. I think I might put this house as the house. But I hadn't changed it. I just stuck it there. It's not finalized or anything. It's just me thinking about whether I'm going to do it or not. And then, of course, that was a tutorial where I was showing the foliage. But that was just, that's not necessarily, we're going to do all that later. We still got to deal with all the fields, still do more molding with the roads. You can see it's a whole bunch going on though. We got this bridge and this railroad bridge over here. And we got that. We'll have all that situated. It's a lot going on, pretty much. So it's a lot. But we're way further along. We got this cliff area. The map ends just past it. So you can see. So it's a lot. We got the animal place. There's tutorials on that. There's tutorials on this. It's a lot. It's a big map. So there's another building. All that's done. Except we gotta paint and situate things. There's another ferry right here. So it's a lot going on. This is a potato plant, which I may or may not leave here. I was just doing a tutorial on that. We never did finish molding or anything. But this is where we're working. We come up through this neighborhood. We may add other things here. There's a house. Then you come. There's going to be a road. You got houses. You're going to be going up. You got houses here. That's a house. Then you got a house up here. We're going to have another road here. Hey there, do you have a video of doing a tunnel? Okay, I put a tunnel. Let me show you. And welcome in BPA62. Appreciate you. Alright, I put a tunnel over here. I haven't added the, where's it at? It's over here. I put this here, but I haven't added. I'm going to put a black, thing here for the train, like it goes through it, because I'm not going to have, this isn't even finished here. I got to mold the ground more. I'm gonna make the mountain finish looking properly here, but this isn't finished. It's temporary. But basically, I'm just gonna you stick it there, and if you want, you could, if it's running into anything, you put a black thing here, so it looks like it just, when it drives through, it goes off into the dark. But if you otherwise, you're gonna have to take it off the map. You're gonna have to put it at the edge of the map so that it does have a way to get out of it. See, here's the train, how it comes out the back. If you don't have the mountain you're trying to deal with, they didn't make it easy. You would have to have a custom made thing to go, a mountain piece to go over it if you're going to try to pull it further up, in my opinion. So you can put it at the edge of a map if you do, and just have the outer edge be whatever you made it to be, like a mountain or whatever it went into. But I'm just going to put a like a little black thing that it runs through right here to make it look like it went in the dark, and then it just disappears as soon as as soon as it starts going, it's going to disappear into the dark. So basically, you just get the piece that you need and put it wherever you want it. You can get it from Riverbend, unless you make a custom one or whatever. And that's how I did it. And then it's just, the train don't need to, it's not going to be a problem for the train to go through all that. It's not going to be like, oh, it hit a brick wall. The train's going to keep going. It's going to go that way, then it's going to come back around. So, and then you can do the same with just a tunnel that's for cars. So you'd have to make it go, depending on how you did it, you can make it look like dark where they went into it, and you got to block people. You need to block people with the X's and a boundary if you don't want them running off the map. Hey J Master, how's it going? But that's how you would do it. You would export it from the Riverbend map or wherever you're getting it from, or however you did it. Import it into your map, and then place it down with Control B as in boy, and then situate it there. That's how you would do it. So I'm only gonna have maybe one tunnel, maybe two over there if I decide to put one over there. But I gotta make a little thing, like I said, a little black thing, just so it looks like they just went off into wherever they went off into. It's going good, good, good. Appreciate you. How's your map doing? I heard you doing a map. That's good. Gotta do it. Get them maps done. And here we go. We got this. Then we got our road. And again, we're working here. So let's do that. Hope that helps you out any. When I do my other part, I'll be showing it later on, but it'll be a while before I do that. The rest of that tunnel. This is still just me getting things situated so I can do the roads. I want to hurry up with the roads. That's the whole point. Trying to get all this done so we can do what we got to do. Get moving. Alright, want a little bit of gap under there. Just a little gap. Alright. Moving along. Your first map, let's see, my first map is submitted with Giants and is pending status as of 4 days ago. Good. Good deal. Hope it works out good. And you'd be all set. Now. Alright. Let me see what we got here. We're getting there. Got all this fence to deal with. You gonna make another one? Or are you just waiting on that one? You gotta play that one first, huh? It's like, what? Make another map? I'm more into the map making than the playing. I like the playing, don't get me wrong. But I'm into the map making a lot more, I would say. We gotta get this come up. Whoop. Get yourself back up there. Try to grab it up a little higher because it's not getting up there. There we go. Now then. Trying to make it level out. That's about right there. Now then. Appreciate everybody. Hope you are enjoying. This is my first Giant Setter live stream. We're just working on the Jules Peaceful Valley map. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll answer if I can. There we go. Now, I can direct you sometimes to a tutorial I've already done, or if I know of anything else, I can tell you. But feel free to ask any questions. There we go. Trying to get it up a little higher here. There we go. Just a touch. Alright, let's see. This needs a little touch too. Alright. Alright, so BPA62. I've been looking for a way to put a tunnel for my map, but I have not seen one or found anyone doing it. Not going off the map, but actually using in the map. Okay. Okay. If you're using it in the map, you can use those pieces that you just saw, but you're going to have something over the top of it. Like, you could build rocks. Like, if you have the rocks that are big, you know, the big rocks that you lay down, not just painted rock or ground, the rocks that you actually build over the top of it, you need something to go over the top of it. Like, to be like, it won't make sense otherwise. Because if you try to pull the ground up, the ground's going to go in the tunnel. See? So, you definitely have to have something that you build, or either with rocks or in Blender, or another model of some sort that goes and lays over the top of the tunnel to make it look right. But you can use those tunnel pieces. So if you have any big rocks that you could build with and build it over the top of it to make it look like it's just rocks over it, you can do that and then put trees on it or whatever. But you gotta have something, or build something to go over it, so that this inside can be the tunnel, so you don't have to pull this ground up. Otherwise, if you're trying to build up like I showed you on that other side of the map, it won't work, because it's going to go right in your tunnel. J Master, I'm waiting for that one right now. How about that? Alright, let's get this up higher. Hey, Kansas boy, how's it going? Welcome in, welcome in. Smash the like button, everybody. Subscribe if you haven't already. Now let's get this building going up where it needs to go. This fence. Got to change these levels. Alright, we got work to do. Alrighty. It's slow going on map making, as you can see. It don't just fly by. You got to do it. Got to get down where y'all can see a little bit better. It's going good? Good, 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 good. Well, that's good. Alright. Figured I'd do this, get some of this done, and test it out on the live stream aspect, because see how that works out. But I'm going to be doing most of it on videos, so that I can do a standalone tutorial specifically to an area or whatever. But if I'm working like this, I'll usually do a time lapse. If it's just laying in molten ground and stuff, it's a time lapse. But if it's a tutorial, I'll tell all the stuff in the tutorial. So, alright, so we gotta move over to the next spot. We'll just do it here. Grab the number. Appreciate everybody. Check out the playlist if you're new to map making. There's a lot of tutorials on the old ones, FS19, and 25. So if you want to learn, check it out. That may be my next challenge. Thanks for all your work and ideas. You're welcome. That may already be something somebody else built that you could use to go over the tunnel. If there's a map or something with one, you could, find out and maybe have one, and then just stick over it. But I just stuck mine that way because it's going to be like it's going through the mountain, and I'm just going to put a little black thing there to say that, they went into the dark or whatever. So there's that. I'm trying to make this up a little bit here. Alright, let's bring this up. This has to come up, but we got to go a little higher than that once we get there. Smooth all this out. There we go. Alright. Alright, you've been looking, yeah. Um, there should be some rocks somewhere. I actually went too low there. I mean too high. It's lower rather. But I didn't get it. I need to grab it again, make sure it's right. It's there. Alright, well let me see. Come up a little higher here. So, have you started any map making stuff, Kansas? Or are you just not into that? You're just into the game stuff? I gotta go up higher here. It's trying to go too far. I got it so far up. There we go. I think that ought to do. There we go. Alright, let's get another one. Control B is in boy, left mouse click. Copy, height, replace area, and paste. Not making, but I've been finding stuff. Okay. Are you gonna make one? You ought to make one. You don't have to do like a whole map if you don't want to at first. You can do edit, or you can get a one that has, you know, certain things and then just redo it and edit it. I would go with a standard for a newbie though, because it's a lot. I mean, you could have open space. It's not like it matters. You could have a lot of open space, so you don't have to do that. But you know, you need a good 4x base map if you're gonna do it. You have a lot to learn before you consider making one, but it's a future goal. I would say the opposite. If you've got the space on your computer, go ahead, download the stuff, and start. And then you're learning as you're doing it. Now, always make a backup, and then if you have a problem, you got a backup to go to, right? And then even if you can't do that map, you learned on that map what to do, right? So, because just learning, you're not really learning until you're doing it. Like, you're learning, but you're not, you need to know, like, by doing. It's more, helpful. I would say, because otherwise it's going to take too long. You're never going to learn enough I'm still learning, let's put it that way. The new things come out, whatever, or you run into a problem nobody's ever said anything about. So, I would say do it now. That's just me. You know. So, I say get to it. Now, you can do a small one just to learn the things you're watching, and then when you think you're close enough to do like the one you really want to do, then do that. However you want to do it, but I would start. I would suggest you start. I didn't do good until I started. I wanted to do it, and then one day I just went for it. And it's intimidating when you look at the Giants editor and you've never seen it, you've never done anything like this, you're not in the computer world. It's intimidating. I was like what is all these buttons and what do they do? And yeah, so I'm gonna probably end up making this come up higher. So let me turn this one back. Let's see. But I would definitely, if y'all are watching and you hadn't started, the only reason I wouldn't start if I were you is if your computer can't do it. But if it's so bad of a computer that it just ain't gonna, you don't have the space, or it won't even load the editor without problems, then maybe then. But even then, I was able to do some on my old computer. So, alright, let's get this place over here done. Let's find the steps. Let's use the ladder as an example. And now again, you can place all these things separately, but like I said, I was doing only these from Riverbend as an example that you don't have if you want to leave what they have, you can, and you can just mold the ground to it. Hey there, CR Rebel Gaming. How's it going? Appreciate you. Everybody smash that like button. subscribe if you haven't already. Appreciate everybody for coming in. We're just molding the ground. This is not like an XML tutorial, but we're just molding, working on the Jules Peaceful Valley map. And but I'll stay tuned for regular videos. Will come out on like how to do things, and the roads are coming, and the fields are coming again. I already have a video on fields, like a little one for y'all, but we will be doing all the fields on this map. Says, well, thank you. I appreciate the advice for sure. Yeah, Kansas, I'm telling you, you get it done. Just do it. You'll never start. It's gonna take forever. You're just gonna be. I would just do it. It's not as intimidating as it seems if you just take your time and start slow. You know, start with some sculpting, start with some painting, get comfortable, then move to the next thing and the next thing. Um, it's just a lot better that way. It's been a while since we spoke. Yeah, well, how you doing? You doing good? Alrighty. We need to lift this up some more. Let's grab up here. Pull that up. We'll have to probably even go higher. Looks like. Try to get it closer over there. Now then. Yes, ma'am. That's right. Better do it. But you got a week. You got a deadline now. Kansas, you got a week. You got to start. Then I want to see the map. And then remember, you don't have to keep going on the map that's a disaster. If you're learning on the map, great. Then if you're seeing that there's issues, you can always start again. Don't worry about it. But save the things and ideas that you did. Uh-oh, you're in trouble. I know. I felt like I started from gate triggers not being big enough for workers to get through without getting stuck on gates. So I started learning how to make them work. It just exploded after that. Exactly. Tell him BPA or whoever you are. Tell Kansas boy to get it and do it. We're watching. We're waiting. You have to do it. I'm telling you. Until I just did it, I was shocked after I learned just a handful of things, how fast I learned it. Because it's just fun. It's just a joy. It's fun. It's the whole deal. So just do it. You'll never do it if you don't just do it. And you think you can't do it. Oh, I ain't smart enough, all that. No. If I can do it, you can do it. So get out of the excuse zone and get to it. Ain't no excuses accepted. Alright, let's get this ground up to there. You can do it. Alright, we gotta lower that, but I don't mind the brick showing. But they got this weird here. Let's get this up here. Now then. I guess we can take away some of the brick on this side. We'll leave the rest though. You will think I think it will be fun, maybe frustrating at times, but it will be fun. Yeah, if it's frustrating, that's normal. You are going to be frustrated if you map make. But you got to just remember you'll remember that you'll get it. Just remember that. Say it's not impossible. It's been done before and you're going to find the way. Read everything in the moment that you can. If it's a post, if it's in the Giants editor area, I figured things out just by reading a comment and then not knowing anything about anything and just figured it out. You know, you can do it. Have confidence. That's the key. Believe in yourself. I mean, I don't know everything and I'm still prone to mistakes. But then I fix them. And I like it when I have a mistake because then I know what it was. Then I know why it was. Then I know even more because then I know how it all works. When I figure out a mistake, guess what? Then you know the whole concept of why it does what it does. So it's not a bad thing to have a mistake. And it's good. Trust me. You got this. It says, guys, Jewel is amazing at her job and the blood, sweat, and tears she puts in her channel. She's an inspiration to me. Well, thank you, CR Rebel Gaming. And it says, laugh out loud. It's pronounced B-Paw. Oh, cool. Nice. Okay, B-Paw. What's up? And it says, let's see, I agree. And then, what, she? She, yes, I'm a she, yes. Is that what you're saying? Yes, I'm a she. You, I know. It's okay. It's alright. Alright, let's get this part. We're gonna have a little hill going up on here. We almost done with this little backyard right there. We'll have grass and stuff in there later. Laugh out loud what she said. Oh, please. None of that. None of that. Y'all not. No, don't do it. Alright, let's go. What do we got here? We gotta get this. Let's go up here. Now then. Appreciate everybody. Welcome in if you're new. Stay tuned. There will be more tutorials on this channel. It may not be a live stream, but it will be tutorials. So if you need to know something, ask questions, because sometimes I'm just helping people and I figure out things that I didn't know just because I'm trying to help people. So feel free to ask questions, but bear with me whenever you ask, because I might be a week before I even look at it. But then when I do, I usually get on it. Now, I've been sick lately a little bit, so I'm a little bit behind on that. So my normal helping isn't as quick, but don't think I've forgotten any questions that anybody's asked. I'm working on it, or will work on it soon. So if you had a question, trust me, I will look. Now, I may not always get the answer quick enough for you, but I will check. Alright, let's see what we got here. Get this part done. Bring it out a little bit more in this yard up over here. Smooth it right out. Appreciate everybody. Now, let's get on down, see if we even hit that level. Nope, not quite. We got to do it again. Let's make sure it's at the right level here. It still is. Good. Bring it up some more. There we go. Got a nice little house on a hill here. Let's lift this side. Oh, we don't want to go that high. There we go. We'll have to check that front. Now then. That part's good. And we're good there. And we're good here. Good, good, good. Now this needs to be smoothed over here a little bit. Let's get that done. Then we'll be done with this area. Hope y'all are enjoying. What kind of map are you wanting to do, Kansas? Let's see what we got here. This side needs to come over a little bit. Like that. I want to back it off of there like that a little bit. Now then. Get this corner. Come on. Trying to get it lower. Right there. Now then. There we go. Now that part's done. We gotta finish this side over here though. We ain't quite through. Got this piece to do. Right there. Finish this piece here. And I think we about got this house. And we'll be able to paint where we need the road to go. Alright. Let's bring that on down a little bit. Make that level. Nice and smooth for when we paint grass. If we decide to cut any grass here. There we go. Kansas. Heck, I want to do a proper Kansas map for sure, but not sure if I'd start off with that one or not. I would say probably not if you're learning. But you can, because you can always ixnay the map and start a new one when you've learned some. So it's not like the end of the world. So don't feel like you've lost anything, because if you think you've lost something and you can't continue on because something don't work out and you have to end something and you had a lot of work in it, then you're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to have to do it. If you lose something, too bad. Move on. You got it. You know, that's the way you're going to have to look at it, because it is possible things happen when you're map making. And as long as you're making a backup, you should be okay. Always if you do a bunch of work, make a backup. If you do anything hard or important that you don't want to ever have to do again, make a backup. You know what I mean? So, trying to make this come out a little further. It's gonna come down. We're gonna have to turn this. It's gonna be a road. We may make a fence. Uh, Add a fence to this later to finish this yard up because of the way it's shaped. But we're gonna turn this road here. Yep, that's true. You gotta just do it. Alright, so this road we're gonna paint. We're gonna probably put some sort of fencing here or something. We could even make it where they come in a gate here. Let's put this going this way and hook it in. And then this, we'll just kind of situate it. We can make it like there's gonna be a fence here. That's their yard. Later on, we're not worrying with that right now. And this we're going to connect back here some way. We could actually take it on around and connect it somewhere along here. But the road will be different. We're going to be changing. Like I say, I'm not doing the road. This is just saying where a road's going to go. So it's not meant to be perfect or all situated. It's just going to be showing where the road's going to be put later. So we're not really worried about it looking right now. Alright, so there's going to be a house here. Let me turn that off. But a Kansas map would be nice. I think somebody's made some of that. But I don't know if they've done like, you know, the whole deal or specific area. You know. If you're wanting to do an exact replica, oh boy. Because see, then you got to try to make Blender stuff if you're going to do that. And I would say I wouldn't do an exact replica. Maybe just have one that's similar. You can maybe, what you might do, unless you're wanting to do Blender and all those other things, what you might do is go ahead and put, you can lay out the way that a place looks in real life, and then just put other buildings there that are similar, or a house where a house is but it's not the same house, and do it that way. Well, let's see what this is. Looks like we got something here that's interesting looking. What do we got? You know what we could do? We could move this over a little bit. It's kind of fitting in this area. Let's see. If we make a road curve from back here, let me see. Let's pull it back. We already have a curve on that. Let me see. This is an interesting angle fence too, which works for this part. We don't have to go too far. There we go. The Kansas map so far from 22 and the one in 25, they have been done so far, are not Kansas at all and not my standards. Okay, so are you trying to be very specific with the look of the building, like exactly the same building, or are you trying to be, you know, how exactly are you trying to be with it? Because see, that's going to be what determines a lot of what's going on, you know. Alright, this has got to be painted better than this. We got to fix this. Get out of here. Get on out of here. Let's see what we got. Let's see. We're going to turn it different than that. Let me see. Now remember, these roads aren't final. We're going to be putting real roads in, so this is just kind of where it may go. Alright, let me try to get this on over here. We got this big curve here. We're going to have to come closer to it. I say we curve it back. You know what I mean? Let me curve it some more. Let me see. It's going to curve over here. And then we're going to shoot it off in that direction. Like so. There we go. It's the wild horseshoe. Oh my goodness, give me that. Something like that. We're just seeing. So once we come down this hill, we'll have to fix it and mold it, but we come down, there's this turn, there's this house, and then we got it and go that way. So, and then we'll just have to scoot this over a little, you know, and scoot it back that way just a hair, so that the curve makes sense, or whatever. And again, the road will be adjusted when I put it there. Alright, not necessarily exact area, but I like detail, and I want it to look like Kansas, not just a bland flat map with zero effort put into it and Kansas thrown in the title. Oh yeah, well, I mean, if you plot it out where all the buildings are going to be, that's going to give you the most closest thing. And but the problem is, if you want the actual house that looks like the house in your area, or building, or what have you, then you got a lot of work ahead of you. So, if you don't care if the house is just a different house, but it's the house, then and you're using an existing house, then as long as you plot out the shape of the area you're doing, like pick a specific Kansas area and plot it out in that shape, then you'll be alright. It'll look like it, but it won't be, the exact house, unless you're going to do that Blender or whatever. It says, BPAW says, if you want to do real area map, PWM mapping has great tutorials for that, not to impugn your work, Miss Jewel, at all. Oh no, there's people who do the specific ones. You can download stuff and do like the real world terrain area. This is a real world terrain, but it's not meant to be a real world place. This is actually a DEM of a real world terrain, but I'm not modeling it after where that was. But you can get those, and then you'll already have, if you can get it, the area that you're trying to do. But you're still going to have problems running into the housing and it looking like the buildings that you want. So, but you can do it. It's just, are you going to do that kind of work? That's a lot more work that you're going to be getting into. Alright, let's get this part situated. There we go. Now then, let's get it up just a little. Probably right there. And then we'll work this other piece out. Now let's go on and fix this piece. Okay. Let's get this down. Put this here. We'll lower it just a little. So it just depends on what you're trying to do. Like if I was going to do a real world map, I would have to go in Blender. You're going to have to go to the actual houses on Google Earth. You're going to have to try to get what's there, make it in Blender, build it, then you got a model for it, see? And I would like to do that, but that's way down the road. I mean, I'm not. I want to finish the map stuff and tutorials on what I'm doing now and my YouTube stuff. So I'm not gonna be, you know, going that far into it. I gotta raise that up a little. So let's turn this off. But it can be done. It's a lot of work though. Let's bring this one up a little. Alright, let's get that. Yeah, I'm not trying to do all that. I know, that's why I'm saying you're gonna be disappointed in your map anyway. That's just gonna be part of it. But if you're thinking you're gonna do something that's just like it, you're not. Unless you're gonna be going in Blender, you just not. It's not gonna happen. So I would lower your standard just a little. If you want a specific area, you need to get that area. So go find. There's videos on getting it. I'm not gonna do a tutorial on it. Appreciate that, Sean. How's it going? Appreciate you. Welcome in. Smash the like button. Subscribe, everybody, if you haven't already. If you're new to the channel, it says I won't be disappointed, but it will be better than what has been done so far. Yeah. Well, let's. You better get doing it. Time to move. But I would say plot out. Get the area. Pick the area. Okay. Go to Google. Pick the area. Get the information to the ground. Okay. The DEM stuff. Go through videos. Whatever you need to do. Get it in that area. Then get the screenshot of the area, like to shape out the roads and stuff. Use that and make your roads and all your stuff. And then when you're ready for the buildings, you can either use a house that's similar looking that already exists and all that. See, and it'll be as close as you can get it without trying to make it in Blender. You know, Kansas just flat and bland. Okay, is it? I don't know. See, I don't know that. I don't study the other states or anything. I hadn't been there, so I wouldn't know. I couldn't tell you. So it's just flat. So you're not worried about that part. Okay. Well then that's simple then. Just go screenshot the area you want and put it over your map and draw out your roads, okay? Um and where the placement of things are going to be, and you can get started right away on that. And then just look at the scenery uh, through Google Earth or whatever, and you should be able to, replicate it within reason. You know, it ain't gonna be perfect, but it ain't gonna be the exact place, but you should be all right. You know. So, gotta get this. There we go. There we go. But I would say you should be able to do something, that's similar. It's not gonna be perfect, but it'll be similar if you have a specific area in mind. There we go. We're gonna have to get closer over here. But I would definitely start. I would just start, and you can scrap it if, like I said, if it ain't working out, scrap the one that you were learning on, and do another one. But always make an extra backup when you see that you're satisfied, especially, and you're like, this is working out. Make that a backup. So and write a proper name to the backup so you can find it later. So you're not messed up. What in the world? So you're not messed up and don't know where to find it again. So then you'll be all set and have what you need. There we go. Appreciate everybody. Welcome in if you're new. I'm just working on my map. I'm the one who does tutorials on the Jules Peaceful Valley map. So we're just molding and making some housing and plotting out roads because I'm trying to hurry up with the roads so we can do the roads. If I don't hurry up, it's gonna be forever. So I'm trying to hurry up. Figured I'd do a live stream, first live stream on Giants Editor. Trying to do a live stream just to test it out, see how it goes on Giants. But up, we went way up. There we go. Now then, get all this lifted up nicely. There we go. But hopefully you've learned something from the channel and it helped you. If it has, I'm happy it helped you. Stay tuned. And if you hadn't watched some of the videos and you need some help, go look because it could be there. Your answer could be there. So make sure you go look and see what we got here. Alright, so that's good. This has got to come down just a hair. It's not working out. There we go. I want this one to come up, back up a little. There we go. It says, BPaw says, that's the fun. You make a real world place your own. The one I'm doing is of West Glacier, Montana. Mix of real and how you want it. Yep. That's what I said. Now mine's all make believe, and mine's more tutorial stuff. So I really hadn't planned out anything. So it's just what it is, right? So, but if I really do to plan, then I'm gonna try to plan it ahead and do it like that. So, but so far so good. It's turning out okay. I don't know. Everybody's gonna be different. Um, you know, some maps are better than others, but I like all maps. I think they're nice because people made them the way they wanted, and I think that's nice. So I'm not like biased or oh, they're just ugly. If they're a map, they're a map. You know, it's something to play on. I don't care. There we go. I like that BPaw. That's probably more how I would do it. Yeah, I mean it's nice. I think you can do enough of it to look decent and feel like what you want. But I would definitely go on and do it. Go on and go and Google. Go on and pick the place. Go on and think about all the things you need in it for farm sim. And think about, you know, what you got to do ahead of time so you pick the right place. If you want to train, you need to pick a place, hopefully with a train, unless you have to do, you know, an oddball train or whatever. Excuse me. Alright, get that. But I would pick it, all the things you need. The fields, and if you need fields, you need the fields. If you need trees, try to pick the place that matches what you want the best. Excuse me. Alright, so let me see. We got this going on. Like my train's just random, but I knew nothing about trains when I did the train, and then I did it, and it was the first try, no problem. So, you know, it's not perfect by no means, but it worked, and that's what counts. So, I say do what makes you happy on the map. Don't worry about what others think. Because if you wait on what others think, you ain't gonna do nothing. Alright. This is just not matching that very good. I'm a perfectionist. I want this fence to be right. Alright, wait till we get all the grass and stuff on the map. It's gonna look better. I most likely take inspiration from the real areas but make it my own. Yeah, that's right. Let's see, B. Paul says, I consult you often, Miss Jewel. Your help and your videos are tremendously valuable. Yeah, I mean, it's in there. You might be tired of hearing me say double click, double click, double click. Or control B, control B, control B. But you know what? I have people that complain about that. That say they don't know what I'm hitting. So I have to tell them. And then the people who know that, they get mad. But I try to teach every little detail on purpose because that's the only way you're going to know if you don't know. Okay, I accidentally hit the wrong button, so I hope it don't jam up on me. Behave yourself, Jewel. Alright. There we go. What's it say? You like detailed maps, that's just me. Yeah, I like the detailed maps too. But I don't hate on the ones that aren't. I don't I don't like, oh, that's bad. I say good, I'm glad they made a map they like. That sort of thing. I'm doing maps for me, laugh out loud with what others think absolutely doesn't matter to me. Laugh out loud, you can't please everyone anyway. I don't even bother and I'm not a people pleaser. Well, I'm not a people pleaser in that aspect. I do try to help people. Okay, this thing's getting okay, we getting jammed. I gotta calm down a little bit. Let it do its thing. Hang on. Yeah, hang on, I'm jammed up. I better not crash. I gotta wait. I'm gonna give it a second. See if it catch up with me. I might lose y'all. I don't know if y'all can hear me. Because it's jammed a little bit. I'm trying to be careful. Let me see if I can get it. Okay, I got it unjammed. There we go. Repetition is the way you learn. Yeah, like that's my point in drilling it into people's heads, and I get it. I get it. It's like a broken record. But the way I look at it is this: if I'm making a video and it's a tutorial, and there's new people a lot that watch my channel, so they don't know how to do it, right? They don't know anything. Half the time they don't know Control B, they don't know nothing. So if I don't say it, they don't know it. And here they watching this video and they see it done and they don't hear none of that because it's like a previous video or whatever. They don't know how to do it. So I instead would rather say a couple of things like that in the video to make it complete so that they don't have to go dig out another whole video to watch. That's the way I see it. Now, other people think that's, they got their opinion. I mean, whatever. If they don't want me to say it, I'm sorry. I think it's, you know, it is what it is when you're getting some help from somebody. You should just be glad you're getting help, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I just feel like I'm going to dig the answer out of the map or the video or whatever. I'm going to find the answer. If they don't say it but once in the video and I don't want to watch long enough, then that's too bad for me, ain't it? Because I'm being lazy and don't want to watch the video. That's all I can think about it. Yep. He says, Kansas says, yes sir, Beepaw. I agree. Yep. I mean, I'm just going to be glad they made a video that has the answer and I'm going to dig into it, find it. If it takes an hour, then I guess it takes an hour to find it, but I found it, right? That's the way I look at it. Because everybody's answer that they need is different. Like, let me undo that. They might need different things. They don't all need the same thing. The answer in one video, there's 10 answers in a video. You know what I'm saying? So, it just depends. Absolutely, step by step with videos. You can always stop and go back 10 minutes just to understand. Yeah, or skip ahead if you already know about the first part. Like, some of it I get, I would be like, okay, I'm skipping that part. But if you skip, you still gonna probably mess up and miss what you needed. You can't get in a hurry if you're gonna learn something. You've got to look. That's the only way I've found out a lot of things I needed to know. I will dig it out. I will find that one thing they said that's the answer to all my problems, and then I'm happy as a lark. And then the rest of the video maybe wasn't so good. I just accidentally cut that. Alright, let's copy, not cut, Jewel. And there we go. There we go. We're gonna at least do this one, and I'll see about whether we're gonna end it after that. We've been going 2 hours. I don't want to go too long, but we'll see about finishing up this one. All right, let me get out of this view so we can back out a little bit. I want y'all to be able to at least see what's going on here. There. Get some of this going. Smooth it right up. Now we gotta move that again. Over here. Let's lower it a little bit high. I've watched an hour video or longer and only found one thing different that I didn't know that I needed to know. And then I'm like, okay. I wasn't gonna complain to the person and say, oh, it was an hour long. It was terrible. I will say, if I say anything, it's gonna be thank you. I found what I needed. Let's see. Get another one. Let's go to the end down here and get it. Alright. And for a teacher, it's different than somebody just doing it on their own. They're not trying to teach anybody, so they don't want to hear it. And I get that. I sympathize with them. But for somebody trying to teach, they gotta say it. It's gonna happen. You're not just speaking to advanced people, you're speaking to beginners. My whole channel is mostly beginner type mindset. I'm trying to help people want to do the map stuff and start map making and then learn past me. I hope they learn more than me. I hope they make better maps. I hope they make more maps. You see what I'm saying? It's not about, oh, I have to talk only to the advanced people that already know this stuff. The whole point of the thing is to teach people. The whole point of me wasting time to make a video is to teach people. So, let's get these pieces over here up a little bit. Got this fence going on. Okay, better not go too high over here. Do the same way as long as I get the answer I'm looking for. I'll watch 8-hour video. Exactly. It is what it is, and I'll be thankful. Exactly. I'm serious. I've been so happy at watching an hour video that I knew all the stuff in, and then found the one word. It could be, to somebody, it could be Control B. B as in boy. And it could just revolutionize their world. And it could be anything. I've seen so many things, and I'm like, oh, that's it. And then suddenly the whole world just opened up. So, you know, that's why I'm going to say it. I apologize to the ones that want to get right to the meat of it, but that just is what it is. The way Giants does things, some videos need updating, but as soon as you figure it out, like you said, 2 hours looking can save you 40 hours of why doesn't this work. Exactly. And I get it for the advanced people, and I try to do that. I have tried to hone it in and say, hey, y'all got to go look at a previous video. I've done that, but I don't like to do that. I want my video to be a standalone video where you get in there, whether you're a beginner or an advanced person, you're going to be able to do the video. You're going to be able to put whatever it is in the video on your map and do it. That's what I'm trying to make, a standalone video where they don't have to go watch another video. Now, yes, it's better if they have to go watch another video of mine to try to, to do it, but, it is what it is. So, I'm not trying to do it so much for that. I'm not even monetized. I mean, I would like to be, but it's just not there yet. I got to get more hours, and you know how YouTube is. So, but it would be great if I was. Alright, we gotta undo that and come back to it. Alright. And always remember to save. I hadn't saved because I don't want to crash anything while I'm streaming, because I don't want the computer to be overworking. I'll save it afterward. But make sure y'all save more because it's more often you save, it's not working as hard and you have a less likely chance of losing what you've done. So I would say save frequently. Um, do a little, save. Do a little, save. Because if you don't, and then you've done a whole ton of work and you try to save, it's not going to do good because it's going to take a long time and some computers can't handle it and they might crash. So then you lose what you did. So I would say save often, even though I'm not doing it. I'm going against what I normally do. Um, Save often. Between you and Farmer Bob, I think I'll learn all I need to know. Yeah, there's other people. There's other people. Hey, I go to, even if I have to. It's rare, but if I have to, back in the day, or even now, I will if I have to. But I haven't been really looking much, but maybe on a script or two. But I'll go to a German channel, and I don't know German. I mean, I know a couple things, but not really, really, barely anything. And I will go and watch, and I will figure it out. I will see what they do. They click something, and then I can't tell what they're saying. I don't know what they're saying, but I figure out something I need to know. And I'll go watch it. And I'm not above that either. You got to dig it out. If you're going to really map make, that's what you're going to do. You got to do it. So I say get to it. All right. Let's get this one going up a little. That one's too steep. Get that one. Bring it on out a little bit here. It'll look a lot better when I'm really decorating and putting grass and stuff in. Yep, I've done it. I've looked at German stuff and I'm like, or whatever. Some of them it's German, but some of them's other stuff, other language. I don't care. If it says something about something, I'm gonna look, and it might very well be the very thing that I need. Excuse me. All right, so I have acid reflux. If y'all hear anything, it's just my bubbling throat because of acid reflux. So, now, gonna get this one. Yeah, a friend told me one little piece a long time ago, and they don't really like doing that. They don't like helping. It's just their personality. It's nothing to do with me, or they don't like teaching people. So, and I got lucky. One day they was able to deal with it, and they told me just the basics of Giants Editor, some things that I didn't really understand. I hadn't really tried a whole lot, but I had just started trying. And once I learned a couple of the basics, just the basics, and the concept of some of the stuff with XML or whatever, then it was on. I knew I would dig it out, and I had a better understanding of it, and I was on it after that. So I say it's good to just, I think if you need help, you better go dig it out if you want to do map making, because you can find it. It's there somewhere. They don't title it good. I try to title mine as best I can, but you're never going to title it perfect because there's so many things you do in a video, and you don't know what the thing is other than what the video is about that's going to help the people. So you just have to title as best you can to what you're doing. But I found things in videos that had nothing to do with that, and it was just something they did. So I say dig them out, watch them. Don't assume it's nothing in the video that's gonna help you, 'cause it is. And if it ain't, then you tried. Big deal. And I wouldn't even say that don't watch the person again, because that's just one video. You don't know, what's gonna help you in another video they got. So that's my biggest advice. Go find it. That's what I do. Or I wouldn't be able to do what I do. And I'm not even perfect. I sure wish they would, let's see. I agree, but people want the answers just handed to them. They don't want to go out and find the answer. I agree, they don't. They get mad at me. I get chewed out sometimes. Only a few times. Most people are good. And I'm like, what? I think it's funny. I don't care about stuff like that, and I just laugh. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, thanks for the comment. I appreciate them for watching anyway. It's all good to be. Let's see. Sure wish they would fix. Let's see. Material editing. I spent uh, 14 hours a day or days to find out to save before you put in the diffuse if it didn't work. Giants has this thing about remembering the last one you put in. Then you have to close the editor and reload it. Sure wish they would fix material editing. I spent 14-hour days to find out to save before you put in a diffuse. Okay, if it didn't work. Giant, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's crazy. There is just like one little thing. It can be the save button like you're talking about. It can be anything. Don't click off of here. Don't do this. Close it. It's so crazy how that map making is, but you got to do it. You just gotta just stick with it, and you'll get there. Some things you'll pull your hair out. You'll say, "Oh, this is nuts," but if you just keep trying, you'll figure it out. I just have a lot of confidence in general, and I'm not perfect. Don't misunderstand. I just if something needs doing, I'm gonna do it, and I'm not gonna think I can't do it, and I might not can do it, but I'm gonna think I can, and I'm gonna try to do it, and I usually do it. That's just the way I tackle things. So, all right, so we got at least the basic shape. We ain't perfect yet. We're not finalizing everything yet. We still got all kind of stuff to do. We're just trying to get this place situated a little bit better. See how nice it is when you kind of leave some of this. You can get these hills that you didn't necessarily have. If you're wanting to, you know, keep some of this, you can, and we can fix some of it later. It's not all perfect yet. I'm not going to do it all in this video. Let's go on and get this middle part done. But you see we get the basic shape here. Let's get this piece fixed. Alright. I mean, I took on Blender. I mean, that to me was about the craziest thing ever. And I got in there and I couldn't believe how foreign it was, but yet I figured things out and I'm like, oh wow, okay. And then I was like getting in there too much, ignoring the map making. I'm like, I better not do that. Because I was like, I'm going to be. Now, why are you doing that? Get out of there. There we go. But I did all kind of stuff in there. And Blender's a great asset to the map building. So if you want to do something, learn that too. But I would say do the map first. The map stuff first. Then learn Blender. I'm still going to learn more of Blender later. Even more. I know some, but I'm going to learn more later. Alright, B Paul, gotta go. Y'all, thanks for the video. Good. Have a good one. Take care. Says, it frustrates me to go look and find it. Put some effort out to help yourself. Yeah, that's exactly right. And not complain to the person trying to help. Like, they can only help what they can help, number one. And if they've got the answer in the video, why are you even saying anything about anything? Like, it's not bad. You can say it. It's critiquing. It's fine. But it's like, it's not really like, it's like, what's the point? I don't get it. To me, I just dig it out. I'm happy for all the people that map make. Anybody that's ever posted a video. I don't think negatively of anybody or anything. Now, some of them, maybe they say ugly things to the other map makers. I don't care. I mean, whatever. If I've helped somebody, whether they get everything from me or not, who cares? If somebody got help from me saying Control B, then guess what? That person likes me over that comment better than anybody else, right? Because they got what they needed. So, but let's get this hill back up here. It's not high enough. There we go. Now then. Now then, get your little self up here. See how finicky it can be? It can be a pain sometimes trying to finish it. There. We'll deal with that later. I'll finish up touches. Let's get on into the middle. We can finish that part before we end it. Let me see. Did we get all this fixed? No, we gotta fix this a little bit. But yeah, Kansas, I hope you go on and do it because it takes a while, and the sooner you start, the better. That's the way I see it. Sooner you start, the better. Alright, get this one down. A little bit lower over here. Right there. Bring it up a little bit. There we go. Get this angle going on nicely. And then I want to see it. I want to see the completion of it. How long do you think you're going to take on it? Is it going to take months or is it going to take years? What's it going to take? That's what I say. I'm trying to speed this one up, but like I say, it's for tutorials, so it's not like, you know, it's not like I care that it's not finished. I want to finish it. It's not like I'm not going to finish it, but it's not like it's for that. There we go. I was trying to get these higher spots right there. There we go. Alright, a little bit more here. Slightly. I think that's decent for now. Let's smooth this outer edge. There we go. Let's bring this over some because I don't want the yard to dip that far down. I want to slope it. You could do your fields and your roads first. That would help some. I'm doing it a little bit differently. You'd rather it not take years, but if it does, it does. Well, it will if you don't get started. Well, you're not having to teach anybody, so I can't say that. But, because you'll be able to work whenever, whenever you feel like it. See, when I want to work on it, I can't work on it unless I can film video it too. So, I'm kind of like, I can't do that right now because of whatever, you know. So, you have to do it when you can do it. But when you want to work on it and you don't have that, then you can, which is good. Let's get these down. But I'm fixing to be doing the roads as soon as possible. I'm trying to hurry up with these things, getting my roads so I can do them. Then I'm going to do the fields, probably. We got to do the water and the waterfall. That's all the biggest things. And then add the decorations. I'm trying to think. Oh, and the boat thing that I got to show. And there's one other thing. I think there's a mission or something. I got to do that. There's not a whole lot. It's mostly done as far as we'll put the foliage, we'll put the, all that stuff's not going to be that big a deal. I'm not worried about the petty stuff. I'm getting the big stuff done. I did all the XML almost. There's only a few things that I'll probably be adding after that on XML. And so we got that done. So let's get this situated. There we go. Alright, still gotta get it up some more. A little bit up. Get up there. Fix one and you break it. Alright. I'm a perfectionist, y'all. Everybody's like, that's fine, leave it. No, it's not. Okay, give me this. Get over there. Hey, What are you doing? There we go. A little bit more. Hey, where are you going? What in the world? There we go. And we got that one. And that one. That's pretty good. I'm going to leave it there with that. Leave it there. Now, you the same way. Laugh out loud. It has to be just right. I know. I got to chill with some of that though. Well, I can touch up later. I'm just trying to get it basically there. My main thing right now is just get it there so I can plot out my roads so I can move on. And then when I'm doing the grass and stuff later and decorating, if I need to decorate, then I can fix all that. Like if there's something that's just one little spot that ain't perfect, I can fix it. So, all right, let me see. Paste. So far, so good. Seems like the stream is going okay, and computer's not hot. That's good. I was trying to test it out on this Giants Editor one because it's not one I've had streamed. I've videoed obviously, but not streamed. So we're gonna have to move some of that up higher. Get all this middle area done. Some of it goes quicker than others, as you see. But it looks like some of that's lower. So now I gotta lower it like that. This area is lower. Okay. But you can get the shapes you need from that area. Like so. I think that's already down. Ah, we're too far. There. See, now that comes out right there. This is going to slant. We got to make this up a little. That's going to have to be higher, so I'm try to steal it from over here. When you see me reach over and grab from over here, I'm hitting Control R as in Richard, and it's grabbing a higher height, and then I'm bringing it over here to try to tap it up a little, and then I smooth it back down to try to hit the level I need. But you can see some of this is needing to be higher. Without getting in close yet, you're not going to be able to tell exactly, but then I hit Control R right by the steps to keep that level, and then you move it over. Excuse me, pardon me. You move it over, and you get over here, like so, and you can take that same level with you. And if you like that level, you can do that level. And then you can smooth it with your right mouse button, because you need to put your right mouse button on smooth in your area where you're working right here. Right mouse, RMB, right mouse button's on smooth. You have these options here, and you use that to smooth it out after you do it, and then you get your nice little hill going on. So, and we need to move in closer. And if you click this, I accidentally clicked the sculpt mode, so I'm having to wait longer. It takes longer to cut off, but if you double click this paint mode, the sculpt mode will turn off quicker than if you click sculpt mode. Mine's slow. I don't know if everybody's is. I just know mine's a pain in the tail. So I do that. Oh, getting under the map again. And I use the transform. You just go up here, hit create transform group, and this will pop this up. This will pop this up, and you can hit Control B as in boy, left mouse click where you want it. Then you can lower it a little if you didn't hit it right. Grab the translate Y, right click copy, go click on height, roll down till you see replace under the sculpting area, click on it, right click and paste, and that gets you this level. Then if you back out of here, then you click on sculpt mode again, and you can put it only at that level. And that just saves going up and down, up and down, up and down. You know, when I was going up and down on the fence, You can do that, and I do that with the Control R. I do it, but sometimes you get tired of it and it don't want to do what you want it to do. So then you do this, and you get the exact number, like so. And then we got these guys need to come down more. So see, if I could fight with it and keep grabbing lower, I can grab right here. If I turn on scope mode and grab right here, it's lower. I'm gonna do it to show you. So for the new people that don't know, you can turn on scope mode when it comes on. Takes a second. Go lower than the spot you want, which is over here. Control R as in Richard, it grabs it. Then click over here and you see it drops. And then when you see that it's touching kind of close, see right in the middle of this stone thing, it finally hits where it really should be. See how I put that line right there where I really want it? Control R again and it's going to put it right there and stop it from going any lower. You see? And then you can bring it on over and you got it. You can do it that way, or you can do it the way I just did with the other thing. Now if you want to do it, double click that, turns that off faster. Then you, as long as your transform is highlighted, you can come on in to this. See how you see that right there? And that's where you want it. Hit Control B as in boy, left mouse click, and then you put it right on the spot you want. Hit it into here, into that spot I just told you, and there you go. And so now when you do it, it's going to go to that spot. So if you hit sculpt mode now, it'll take it on down to that spot where this only that level at that height, and you can shrink it to the spot you want. See, so that got it down just a hair more than I did originally. And if you want to bring it out a little way from the steps, then smooth around, that's what I do. So you'll see me drag it out to that level, and then I right click and I hit smooth and I do a loop circle to touch up where it went down on all the edges to make them clean. So hopefully that helps some of you that's trying to figure some of it out. And then that looks pretty close, so we'll just leave it at that level, and we'll click it here right in the middle. Whoop, it didn't take effect. So when you don't do that, click one time, carefully undo, hit Control R right on top, and then it takes effect. Now if that still don't seem right, come lower. See over here is lower, and then I can tap it down and then right click again to get the level, and then you got that level. So it's pretty nice, you know. That's a big one that I use a lot. Alright, so now we got to finish up this area. Appreciate everybody. Hope you are enjoying. Now you can go lower and see if this needs to go any lower, if it's got anything extra. If it don't, and you're satisfied with that level, then you're good. You don't have to do anything else to that. This side we got this. Just do the same thing. Control B, left click, get this Y number of the translate, go into the height, go into the replace, paste it in, and it's a lot faster than trying to always grab from everywhere else, because sometimes you don't grab the right level. So to me, it just depends on what you want to do. I do both, so whichever you want to do. Now this can come on down to these steps, and now we can unveil this little side over here. Bring it on down, give them a little bit of yard here. We don't want to go too far, and you can see that changed that level, so we'll probably have to fix that. We don't want to go too far where we can't see out of the screen, because we're going to run into the fence, and then we're going to have problems, because it's a slope backyard, and we're going to have to try to slope it up. So now we're going to come over here, we're going to slope it up, and get it all situated. Alright, let's get this all situated now. It's a big old steep backyard, and I don't know what they were thinking. What was they thinking when they bought this place? They was thinking hills. Alright, so now we can go ahead and have a peek over here. Finish this side up. Now I can drop this down a little bit to make this side look good. Now, are you going to put a train on your map, Kansas boy? Or are you not going to do it? See, some of this can drop down even more. It don't have to go at such a steep slope here. I'm gonna probably go closer so I can see. There we go. You don't care for trains, but you might still. I like them. I mean, you don't have to use it just to have a train on the map. You don't have to use it. But, you know, everybody's different. I didn't know whether I'd have one either until I decided to attempt it, and then I did figure it out. I was like, okay. Trying to level this a little so it's not so steep. This one's got to have a little more ground for this. There we go. Let's make this a slope. You're definitely not putting any Walters. Okay. Uh-huh. There. Now we got our slope. And we're satisfied with that, I think. Again, this is not a yard that we're going to be doing a whole lot in because it's just a decoration yard. But we got to finish. So we're going to finish. So let's do the control B again and say it goes about right there. And do that. And there we go. Welcome in, everybody. Appreciate you. Hope you are enjoying. If you're new to the channel, check out the playlist. There's a lot of tutorials on how to do map making in Giants Editor. And you can see a lot of gameplay I do as well on different games. So check it out. This is my first Giants Editor live stream, but I've done 3 other regular gameplay live streams. Now, I won't be doing a whole lot of live streaming, I don't think. Depends on what YouTube ends up doing. So, we'll see. Get this situated here. They got a steep yard, man. They crazy. No creepy old guy standing outside my windows. Yeah. Why not? Why are you not gonna put anybody out there? Alright, let's get this going. Get that height going. You gotta have somebody standing around telling you what to do. You know you do. They're gonna say, get to work. That's what they're gonna say. Alright, we're almost done. Trying to finish this up, then we're gonna be ending it. But I've just gotta get this situated just a little bit more. Of course, I will be touching it up more after the fact. We're almost done with it, but look at there. We're getting there. This piece kind of came out of whack a little bit. I don't know why they stuck this shed over here like that. Shame on them. Alright, let's try to situate it a little bit better. Yeah, they're gonna tell you. They're gonna say, Kansas, get to work. Be funny if you made one of them do that and you woke up, walked out the door, and that's what they said. Alright, that's good enough. As long as there ain't no grass in there, I don't care. Now we gotta get this one. Although I do want to do a horror themed map, I might have a Michael Myers here and there lurking outside. Oh my goodness. There we go. Now let's get this one done. Almost done. I'm a hurrying. Let's get over the top a little more so we can see. There we go. Just put lions and tigers and bears out there. And you'll be all set. We still got this side to finish. Alright, that part's done. Now let's get on down and see what we got here. Yep. Well, no, we gotta do a little more. Gotta get this level better. Alright, sometimes you have to redo it. When you click it, it don't click on there good. So your level don't hit quite right. It looks like that side's the only side that didn't. So we gotta take care of that real quick. There we go. Alright. Now then, get over here. Got these things real quick and then we'll be done. Let's get these grabbed right there. Feel like I'm about to sneeze. I hope not. Alright. We're just about through with this spot. This was a bigger spot than I realized. Wow, they got a lot of stuff going on in this little area. Try to get it down just a little in the back on purpose. Give them a little bit of a flat yard, just a bit. My goodness, at this hill. What was they thinking? Moving to a hill place like this. Alright, we still got to come down here. It's not quite at the level. So we're going to fix it. There we go. Crazy jet. Gotta finish this thing up. Yeah, I'm trying to hurry. I'm trying to finish it before too much longer. We'll see what happens. No promises. Alright, let's get this sloped and we'll be done with that. And I think we'll be just about done. We're going to check the road situation and we'll probably end up finishing on up. Got this nice little sloped yard. Looking good. Now, how's that look? That's not bad considering it's not good from the air, but there we go. Got it all molded. Once we plant grass and finish what we're doing on the rest of it, this is obviously going to have a slope. I'm not going to do it, but this is going to have to come out and slope. It's a little bit too much of an angle. So I'm going to drag it basically like a drag down right here to keep it at this level. Because I don't want it to be flying in the air over here. You know what I mean? So we're going to bring it down. And we'll have to mold all this later, but you get the point. See? Get that going. Come across here just like so. And then it can slope at the right angle. I don't like them to be too much of an angle. And that'll all be molded. We're not going to do it right now, but you get the point. So that it's not crazy hitting. See, we got to finish that too. At that same angle. I guess we are doing it real quick. Too perfectionist not to. We got to finish it. Alright, let's finish it. Grab this level. And put it over here. There we go. Grab that level. Grab that level. And let's see. There we go. For now, that's good till we put the actual road in. We can adjust it later. But you get the point. You have to try to situate it. It's a lot of work, but you gotta do it. You gotta make it work. Alright. Try to angle that piece some more. Get the slope going. Now then. For now that's good. I'm just trying to get it situated. Alright, so now we got it. We're not through by no means. But we've got this place over here. We'll still have to, we'll smooth around the edges later to hook in and however we do. But we got at least a road coming. Got an extra road going out. We got all these houses in these little hills. We still got to paint one right here. This is going to be a garbage pickup spot. It's really supposed to be a loopty. I got to figure out where I want it though. Where do we want the loopty at? I could do the loopty here. It's got to come past that and go up to this driveway here. But we'll do that later. To get the point, there'll be a road, a driveway that comes around that connects here. So we'll do that later. But anyway, I guess that's going to do it. We already pretty well did it, other than smoothing out all these edges. We're finished with that area. But we're going to go ahead and call that. I hope everybody enjoyed. Stay tuned for more tutorials because we'll be doing them. And I'll be teaching more XML work and the roads and the water, the waterfall, all the things. But stay tuned. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Appreciate you, Candace, and all the viewers, everybody, Matt and J Meister, Vanessa, everybody who came in, B-Paul, everybody. Thanks so much. If I missed your name, sorry. Hope you enjoyed. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Please hit that like button, subscribe, turn on your notification bell if you want to receive a notification every time I post a video. Goodbye, everybody.